everyone. Welcome back and Bueno Onda fans. I'm Anna, this is Bri, and I have Vane over here. So first of all, I wanted to start off with saying thanks. I want to thank all our fans, everybody who's watched our videos and who has supported us, who's followed and subscribed and shared the videos. You guys, I really want to just say thank you. Muchas gracias.
You took the words out of my mouth, girl. I was going to start with a thank you. But I second that with Anna. Even if you're just viewing, if you're just hating, whatever you're doing on the video, thank you so much. It's still something. It means something to us.
It means a lot.
It means a lot. And I hope you guys continue watching us and enjoying our podcast.
Yeah. I hope you guys have enjoyed it up to this point.
And don't lie to us.
Yeah, I mean,
give us advice, give us, feedback. We want to know, what can we do better? It's something that you guys want to hear us talk about, any topics or anything, feel free to, go on our social media, comment, send us a DM or whatever, and we'll hear you guys out.
Yeah, there's always room for improvement, definitely. So we're learning as we're trying to grow, so.
I also want to take the time to really thank both of you because I know it's so hard for us to come together, find a date, plan it, and put it together and to just really show up. It takes a lot. It takes a lot, and I feel like we're all really committed to this, and I feel like we're all working on this. So I'm so excited for
Did you take my notes or what?
Absolutely not.
I was literally gonna thank both of you too.
I feel like I came so unprepared. I really do. I'm just saying. I should have blast.
No, you know what though? I'm so thankful to have you both. It's definitely not easy because we all have our lives and a lot of things going on, but having the podcast with you guys makes it easy. Makes it fun, makes it, I don't know, I look forward to showing up.
I honestly don't see myself doing podcast
with anyone else. Same.
Yeah, I feel like it was meant to be for the three of us to be on this podcast.
This is so freaking cool, dude, because you get to do it with your besties, your friends, your go-tos.
What don't we know about each other, So
and what's crazy?
We're comfortable talking about everything.
Mm-hmm. And we're the three of us, we're so different.
We are
so different. Even the way we think is so different. So I think that's kind of what makes it a little bit fun to get each of our perspective on things, because I don't know, it makes it interesting, and I feel like it works, So I hope you guys see it that way too.
Sometimes I feel like we disagree a lot, but it's we still respect our own opinion.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's always a conversation, Mm-hmm. It's well, I think this way, but, in my eyes, I see it differently. So it's always a long conversation. So I feel like that's what has kept us together. Because I feel like if we were the same, it would be boring, honestly.
Yeah. And I feel like each of you that are watching are obviously going to get it because we're so different. I feel like you guys will get to relate to
one or the other.
Yeah.
Or
exactly.
Bits and parts here and bits and parts there. Something like that,
Mm-hmm. But anyways, I think we should start with a little icebreaker. I found this question on TikTok and I'm like, I'm going to say it on the podcast as an icebreaker. So I just want to get your guys' opinions on what you would do, okay?
Okay. Bring it.
Bring it,
girl.
Your husband and your father are arguing. Your husband says, go get in the car. Your father says, sit down. What's your next move?
I'm gonna sit down.
Okay, why?
Because it's my dad. I grew up with my dad. I have respect for my dad and my husband. It could, I don't know. Even though I feel like the Bible says, your husband, you should be with that person 100% with everything. That's your family or whatever. I don't know. I couldn't disrespect my dad like that.
I agree. I'm gonna hop on that train.
I could not.
It's because it's dad, you have to listen.
Yeah, my dad raised me since I was born.
And that there's some times that they have a tone or a look in their face.
Oh yeah.
Where
my dad is so scary when he's serious. My dad is not nunca me ha regañado or sí me ha llamado la atención, but he's not that person. So when he's upset and he raises his voice, I'm like.
And I feel like it depends on the relationship you have with, either your dad or your husband. But I feel like me personally, my dad, I have like this really close relationship that I wouldn't disrespect him like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like a talk with my husband after would fix things, you know. And I feel like if I do that with my dad,
Yeah, like
it would
they
kind
would
of
understand, right?
Yeah. It would.
What would you do?
Well, first, I think I would need a little context, like, what are they arguing about? But I think this is the thing. I feel like when you have your family of your own, like, if this was my boyfriend, 1000%, I'm sitting my ass down, like, okay, Dad. But this is my husband. Like, we have a home together. We have probably a family together. And I think the way my parents raised me, like, my mom has always told me, once you have your own family, like, we are no longer your immediate family. Like, that's your immediate family. Like, that's who you take care of. And I feel like how I was raised, I don't even think my dad, because my dad's also, like, super machista. I don't think he would see anything wrong with me, like, listening or, like,
giving your husband
the side.
The side.
But this is the thing. First of all, I think I would sit down not because
your dad.
my dad said. I think it's because I'm not gonna go to the car and let you guys argue, because what's gonna happen next? You know what I mean?
That's why I'm like.
So that's the only thing. But I think that, and I'm not saying that my loyalty lies with one or the other, dude. That's like dos amores que no se comparan, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would be like, I don't know.
I feel like I wouldn't even let my dad and my husband.
Yeah, obviously
not get along, you know. It would be.
It would never
awkward.
be that.
Yeah.
But it's just like a what if, you know? Hypothetically speaking. But I think, dude, I'm going home to my husband. And the way I see it is like, for example, my dad now, we're all adults. And he has his new family.
Mm-hmm. But how
That's
about if,
his family.
But how about if your dad is, let's say something you and your husband were arguing and your dad jumped in for you.
Oh, then that's different.
It just depends on the
I mean,
situation.
yeah, that's
It really
we need
depends on the
context, right?
situation,
We need
but-
context. But for me, I think like, and this is not to say that I don't like love my dad or whatever, but we're adults. And like, I know my dad prioritizes his new family that he has. I have to prioritize my family. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But again, it depends.
Yeah. I agree. It just depends on the situation, on what they're arguing about.
Yeah.
And the
On the side
relationship
you're
they
gonna
have, you know? I feel like if my dad and my husband don't get along, my husband's not going... I'm going to go by myself and visit my dad.
No, first of
I'm
all,
not gonna
if
take my husband,
my
you know?
husband and my dad are not getting along, you're not going to be my husband.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And I mean, there could always be issues throughout the marriage or whatever, you know, but...
But that's for you
I
guys,
feel
like, as a couple. Like, even, let's say my husband and my dad got in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Or an argument. I'm not gonna address any issues or things that I disagreed on with my husband in front of anybody. We're gonna talk about this at home,
Right.
like behind closed doors. So I don't know. We kind of dived in. That one was like,
That was a little deep. You went a little deep, Mom.
We kind of want to hear what you guys think, so whenever you watch the video, comment what your thoughts on that is.
Yeah.
You're sitting down or you're going to the car.
Yeah. ¿Te sientes o te vas?
Are you gonna, or do you need more context?
Yeah.
Because I feel like we needed a little bit more context, really. Like, yes, of
Mhm.
course, we want to listen to our dad, but we also want to know, like, what? Wait, what's going on? Why?
What happened?
Right?
Yeah.
Anyways, should we take the shot?
Let's take the shots.
Uy.
Oof,
¿Por qué me hacen esto? ¿Por qué me dan shots?
I know.
Nice. So you can listen up.
Yeah, I definitely need
Am I
that.
not losing?
Espero que no. For a successful episode,
This is
Cheers.
episode number 8.
by the way.
So
7, no? 7 or 8?
Oh, I think it
Something
is.
like that. 7 or 8.
Episode number 8. It's episode number 8 because I counted 7, so this would be the 8th.
Okay.
All right, ready?
cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys, and thank you. Okay, it wasn't that bad. Yeah. Okay.
Me chorrié toda.
Here, I'm gonna put these away.
Yeah, can you bring me a napkin?
That was bad enough for me. Hoy me quemó la garganta. Si tienes una infección en la garganta.
Ah, for real,
Come
me
on,
la tomé
go ahead.
bien mal.
Where's napkin?
Hopefully you could cut this part because I'm like drenched right here.
We'll figure it out.
Not the carby. Did you say the carby?
No.
No, like if you can take that part off when this is where she's drooling.
It looks like I'm drooling over here.
Okay. All right. Are you ready?
We've been ready.
Okay, so let's go ahead. Go for the.
Okay, so I feel like today is a little bit of a therapy session here. I feel like today it's gonna be like a little mental therapy. Something that sometimes I feel, yeah, it's good.
I got down, huh? A mental check-in.
Mental check-in, something that I feel like we all need. And even though you might not think of it this way, I feel like a lot of people have a lot of mental health, I wouldn't say issues, but maybe like going through situations where your mental health is not where you want it to be. It's very common nowadays, but we just don't realize it, like, or we hide it and we're like scared or embarrassed to say that we have a mental problem. And I feel like that means a lot of things. Like, you could be mentally just tired of anything. You could be mentally sick, there's a lot of things, drained in general. But don't be shy. Don't be shy to say, you know what, I'm tired, I'm not going through it, I'm depressed, I have anxiety, I have a lot of issues, and I need help. I feel like you need to ask for help. I feel like you need to
or have
say
that
it,
person.
or have a person that you trust and you can actually open up with and just talk about your problems. Because I feel like when you just keep them in, I feel like it's harder to let them out after, and it takes you like in many different ways. So I feel like that's something that is very interesting to talk about. I did a little bit of research and I did find that there is like, in 2021, there was the National Institute of Mental Health estimated about 57.8 million adults in the United States with mental problems. And most of them were women.
Oh, wow.
Most of them were women.
I would have thought that it was like men.
Yeah.
But I feel like because females actually pay attention to these things and they seek for help.
Oh,
and I feel like men they keep it more because they're embarrassed.
So you feel like females actually like report it
and they open up about it and they seek therapy and they seek all these things.
Yeah, they're definitely more open. I feel like men are more
on the low.
It's so unfortunate that men feel like it's
they're gonna be judged about it. Yeah. So I was like, I was reading that and I was like, wow, that's really interesting. Like there's so many people with all these mental illness problems, and most of them are women, because I feel like we're the ones who open up a little bit more about the situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a little research that I did about that.
Yeah, taking care of your mental health is definitely like should be top priority.
Right.
What do you guys like? If you guys feel like you're going through it or whatever, how do you cope? Like, what's your go-to to get through?
Go on.
I feel like I have a very strong supportive system. Like, I have a super strong support system. I'm surrounded by people who I love a lot, to be honest. I think that's one. And two, like, lifting weights. Like, I never thought that
the gym is like becoming your second home.
It's an escape for sure.
Yeah, because I know we can say this, that we've gone to the gym feeling like shit with like zero energy, like probably drained, whether it's from work, whether it's our personal lives. I do feel like it does really, it's a stress reliever for me. Yeah. And you come out with like a whole different mindset, like a positive attitude. You walk out the gym feeling a chingona. That's how I feel like when I walk through those stores. Hasta me pongo la toalla aquí atrás en la espalda. En la espalda, I feel like like a superwoman shit. ¿Sí o no?
I'm definitely not the person that, like, walking out the gym, I'm not the person I was when I walked in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gym, yeah. And even though sometimes it's hard to show up, but like coming out, ese like sentido, I don't know.
And let's not lie here. There are days that we show up to the gym and we literally we do the bare minimum. there's days that we do the bare minimum, but there's also days where we just like show up and we hit all the check marks, and it's like, wow, mañana voy a andar valiendo madres, pero no importa, porque me la rifé.
What do you consider a mental? What is your perspective of a mental problem or mental illness?
You know what? I honestly think that if you're, it does not have to get to this point, but when I feel, when someone is like depressed, does not want to go out, like cannot find happiness or joy in the smallest things in life, that's one. Two, when you're trying to take your life away, when you're like, you want to hurt yourself, that's like alarming. If you want to hurt yourself or you want to hurt others, like for no reason, or I feel
it's definitely not for no reason. I feel like
there has to be something that triggers.
No, wait a minute. But we have to understand that. I mean, this is probably like mental health to like the 10th power, but there are people who, for no reason, want to hurt themselves because they're not. There's something called mental illness. Mental health and mental illness are two different things.
I think there's got to be a reason, you know, like something triggered them to that point, even to get to that mental illness. Because sure, there's like schizophrenia and things like that that you're diagnosed with, right? But I feel like there's no reason. And for me, I could never find it in me. Like, I don't feel like I could, and I pray that it's never my case, right? But I can never see myself wanting to take my life. So I can't imagine what someone is going through, like how bad their pain is to want to take their life. Like it's got to be huge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you know what? I think it's because the way you think. Because I feel like it's, obviously the word says this, but it's mental, and you have to be strong from your, you know, and you need to learn how to control it. Because if you just lose it, look, I just was reading last time that your perspective of mental is like your psychological thinking of the world around you, on the way you see the world. Like, you know, it's just the way you see it. Like, you block yourself, like you don't want to listen to anybody else. Like, this is me, I want to see it this way, and whatever, you know. But I think that if you are really strong with your head, you can control those emotions and be strong and not let it get so far, you know.
Estás diciendo como que tienen que ser una persona de una mente muy fuerte.
Eso,
sí, pero no todo el mundo tiene esa mente fuerte,
like,
y puede pasar algo traumático en su niñez y, o sea, ese trauma creció. I mean, ya pueden haber pasado 15, 20 años y siguen en ese trauma. So, I mean, y aquí es donde digo yo, a lo mejor esta persona, ya 15 años después pensaría eso que pues ya lo superé, ya lo olvidé, ya estoy sanada, ¿verdad? Pero hay personas que no superan y se quedan así y siempre están pensando en dañarse. A lo mejor no es hacerle daño a otras personas, pero a sí mismas.
Por eso te digo, not everybody, you know, not everybody's the same. Not everybody has that capability of not letting it get to that point. And it depends on, you know, what triggered your problems, what triggered the way you think. I don't know, I just feel like I agree with Bri. I wouldn't get to that point. Thank God I haven't had that happen to me, but
it's so easy to say, like, I wouldn't allow myself to get to that point, but you don't know, like, how deep the pain is. Imagine how hurt you have to be to want to prefer to be dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just kind of like, I don't know, I feel like, I guess where you could start is trying to, like, be a little bit more positive about things, like, instead of, like, always seeing the glass half full versus half empty. Because, I don't know. If you try to be, like, a little bit positive, of course, if you try to find the negative in anything, like,
you're just going to be negative.
Siempre va a ser algo negativo, versus if you try to look at the bright side.
I was reading this, and I feel like it kind of goes with what you were saying, where it says, if your perspective is that people aren't worth your effort, you will likely not get married or have a family. And will likely work a job that doesn't involve so much social interaction. You might have to suffer from loneliness, but at the same time, not have to deal with too much conflict. If your perspective instead is that people are great and everyone likes you, you might have many exciting relationships and get married, have children, and have a job that means you interact with many colleagues. So it just depends on how you
view the world.
Exactly. Like
how you fit into the community too,
right.
or into that world.
And if
right?
you're a negative person, you're going to get negative things. If you're a positive person, you're
I always say
this so powerful.
I always say that. Sorry, we just spoke over each other, but,
okay.
What were you saying?
I said if if you're a negative person, you're going to have all these negative things around you. But if you're a positive person, you're going to bring all these positive things to you.
Yes, absolutely. I totally agree with you. What were you saying? Sorry.
That the mind is so powerful. The mind is so powerful. The tongue is so powerful. Things you speak on, you're gonna attract.
Right.
You're saying like manifest?
Yeah,
like manifesting
yeah.
the
You're manifesting. You're wanting to bring that into your life. You want that for you, so you don't let those negative things come to you. So you're like blocking the negative stuff from you. So
how would you block? How would you like tell somebody like, hey, block those thoughts?
I feel like you can't make anybody change their perspective of things. I feel like they have to figure it out on their own.
Yeah, but I feel like some people need that person. Like,
I mean, they you could be there for them. Hear them out, support them. Find solutions for them. But at the end of the day, it's their decision if they want to take the help or not, or like if they want to take the advice or not. I feel like it has to be the person making the decision to change that perspective.
You can't like help someone that doesn't
want to
help themselves.
Correct. Yeah.
But definitely, I feel like it does help having a support system, and if you're that one positive person in that person's life, I feel like it gives that person a little bit of hope too.
Yeah. And I feel like some people are like, I don't know, like, yeah, I'm gonna seek for help, and once that other person leaves that gives you all that positive things, they go back to being lonely and sad and not wanting to do anything.
Well, it does have to start with you.
Right.
They have to be ready and willing to.
Lonely also doesn't mean like just being by yourself. Like I think you also need to learn to be by yourself and be content with the fact that you're not always gonna be with someone. You know? So that support person does not always have to be like immediately or readily available to you at your disposal. Like no necesitas que alguien esté allí. Tú solita puedes poder gobernar tu mente, tus pensamientos y hacer otras cosas que también disfrutes hacer que te ayuden a mantener la mente ocupada y no pensar en cosas negativas. Like cooking. There's people who like to cook. Hay personas que les gusta cocinar, hay personas que les gusta hacer deportes, hay personas que o sea, hay de todo. Tú puedes hacer lo que tú quieras en realidad.
Yeah. Pero hay gente que
deben aprender a hacer las cosas que le levanten los ánimos. Aprende a escuchar y conocerte a ti mismo tanto que empiezas a reconocer qué es lo que te gusta, qué es lo que te hace sentir mejor y también al igual que lo que te hace daño. Cuando empiezas a reconocer lo que te hace daño, empiezas a alejarte de esas cosas. Esas cositas que te roban la paz, it's like, okay, you get an X today. You're going to get an X tomorrow too. And probably the day after that too.
But you have to be very open-minded to those things. And I feel like people block themselves.
It takes a little while. It really does take a little while. We have to accept the fact that it's like part of growing. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like I'm in that stage where I'm like currently recognizing like, okay, esta persona me pone de malas. Mm-hmm. So X. So you start setting your boundaries. Yes, okay. So or like you start identifying the things that trigger you, right? Whether they send you to positive, happy emotions or negative emotions. So and it also depends on the person who you are. Before, I feel like I used to be the type of person that would allow those. I'm a very happy, bubbly, overly joy person, and I would allow those things to come and absorb me and drain me. But now, like, instead of allowing it to trigger me, I try to avoid it. Yeah. Like, I'm becoming more avoiding to those things.
You
like
know, to remove
those boundaries. Yeah. Starting to remove myself from, like, certain situations. And that kind of helps me. Because, I don't want to come home full of, like, drained, like, zero energy. Because then yo no voy a querer ir al gimnasio. Voy a andar de malas, Voy a dejar de hacer las cosas que me siguen dando vida y energía. So I feel like that's what I do to protect my mental health.
And you're the only one who has
self-matters.
that power to
Yeah, absolutely.
make yourself do those things, you know? Because if
Absolutely.
you just let your brain just get to you and te va a ganar, como dijo Brie, your brain is so powerful. It's gonna, if you just let yourself just, you know, guide, si te dejas de ser guided by your thoughts, you're just gonna, te vas a querer acostar, estar deprimida, llorando, triste, and no vas a ganar nada. Nothing good is gonna come out of that. I feel like you have to have that will and power to change your perspective and change your thoughts and change the way you see things. It's hard, but I think yo siento que todo es posible.
It's worth it.
And it's worth it.
You're worth it. Let me tell you that. If nobody has ever told you that, let me tell you. Let me be the one to say that you are totally worth it. Nothing makes me more sad, you guys. Recently, I started a job and I'm very open and public with my life, so it doesn't really matter. Nothing makes me more sad than to see young people, mirar a los jovencitos on psych holds. Psych holds or 5150 holds or like gente que se trata de dañar, ¿verdad? Y me toca ver como traen los brazos cortados. Los brazos cortados. Y la verdad me llena de tristeza porque yo los miro jóvenes, yo los miro con, perfectamente bien, o sea, con una condición perfecta, o sea, no les hace falta un pie, no les hace falta un dedo, no están ciegos, pueden hablar, pero sus almas están tan tristes que no tienen energía, o sea, y este no es un podcast de religión ni nada, ¿verdad? Pero, o sea, como que el diablo, le permitieron al diablo hacer lo que quisiera ahí, porque están perfectamente bien, pueden caminar, pueden hablar, pueden moverse, pero deciden estar like soulless, like sin alma. And it makes me sad, porque también a la misma vez me doy la vuelta y luego me toca ver a una persona joven también que está en stage 4 cancer, ¿verdad? Que tiene cáncer y quiere vivir, y es feliz con la vida que le tocó, pero sabe que, o sea, que ya
que va a llegar el tiempo,
que ya se va, and it just like it makes me really wonder, like, what are we doing here? What is this? Like, ¿qué pedo con este mundo? Personas que están llenas y tienen todo, o sea, y no son felices, y hay personas que se les está yendo la vida y son tan felices, I don't know.
Es cuando aprendes a valorar la vida. I feel like con cualquier cosita, uno que está bien, que tiene esa habilidad de estar bien mentalmente, físicamente, siento que a veces uno con cualquier cosita ya se les está acabando el mundo. Pero nunca se pone a ver la gente, como dice Ana, like, that are sick, that are fighting for their lives, and they're actually wanting to live. You don't think of those situations sometimes, like, and it's sad. Like, I feel like it's really, really sad to have someone go through something like that and see them fight and see them struggle, and they don't want to go, they don't want to go. And I feel like if we all thought the same way, life would be so different.
And I'm glad that this is a topic today. El día de ayer, justamente ayer estábamos en el gimnasio y estábamos hablando, le estaba comentando yo a Briannette que, o sea, que a veces no hay que tomar en alto, no recuerdo cuáles fueron las palabras exactas que te mencioné, pero sí recuerdo que te dije claramente, o sea, me ha tocado ver cosas que me hacen valorar tanto la vida y decir, wow, o sea, somos tan afortunados y ni siquiera nos damos cuenta. O sea, tenemos todo, no nos hace falta absolutamente nada y aún así a veces nos quejamos. So, I don't know, maybe I was just feeling a little bit more grateful because, gracias a Dios, estamos bien. No lo tenemos todo como lo que quisiéramos tener, pero...
Es que nada es perfecto. Nada es perfecto, pero uno mismo se encarga de hacer su vida. No perfecta, pero bien para ti,
Sí.
Like, you're in charge of making your life good, make yourself happy. I don't know, I just feel like it's sad, to see other people struggle, and how do you help them, what can you do for other people?
Sometimes you just gotta be there.
But you can't be there for every single person that goes through this. Like, I feel like...
No, but if you can be that person's person, sometimes that's all they need, you know? Like, for me, I feel like obviously, you know that you can't be there all the time, but if I can be that person for someone to reach out to when they're going through something, you know what I mean? Like, I will be there to hold your hand for as long as you need me.
But you know what? I feel like people that have
codependency.
No, like people that have really close people to them that even though they know that they can count on them 100%, they feel embarrassed or they don't want to talk about it with the close people. They're shy, embarrassed, sad. They don't want them to know what they're going through. So sometimes I feel like seeking therapy, you could say from a stranger, but they're there to help you, you know? I feel like that is a better solution because sometimes I feel like you don't always want to tell your problems to
You're right, but sometimes you go to therapy and you don't hear the things you want to hear.
Well, therapy is not meant for you to hear things you want to hear.
It's the things you need to hear.
Wait, para eso están tus
Let me backtrack a
you know?
little. I want to backtrack a little bit to what Vanessa was saying, just to like piggyback. I feel like I lost my train of thought.
Just
just going back to I had it. Y se me quitó.
Se abrió la catafixia.
No, wait.
Going back to reaching out is very difficult. Like sometimes you feel embarrassed.
Yeah.
So because of that, if someone reaches out to me, I'm gonna be there 1000% because
sure.
I know that reaching out to me was not easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It takes a lot. So
And even I feel like even trying to help someone with mental problems, it drains yourself as well. You know, like you have to be very open-minded to be able to help and hear out the person. Because I feel like if they tell you all their problems, like if they come at you and tell you all their negative things that are happening in their life or whatever, it drains you. Like it gets to you.
that's why
mentally
boundaries
as well.
are big, and that's why you have to be really self-aware and know that, o sea, tener tus límites y poner tu hasta aquí, because obviously you matter too, and if you're not in the right state of mind, how can you ever help someone? So
right.
you have to like make sure that.
It's like how much can you help the person without affecting you? So what?
Can I make a confession, you guys? Mm-hmm. When I was like 13 years old, I cut myself. You can see it right there.
Right here? And here?
Yeah. You see it? I'm sure you can probably see it over here too.
Yeah, I could see it right here. No, it's not.
No, right here. Yeah, but you can see it.
I could see this in here.
Yeah. I did it, and don't ask me why. I feel like I was just going through it, and it was maybe more like, this is something that I never talk about. These girls didn't even know. Have you seen it?
No.
Because I don't think I had
I've never noticed
I don't think I've ever even been open to talking about it. But I do remember that when my parents were going through a divorce, when they went through through the divorce, through the separation, I feel like it was tough for me. It was super hard.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard because I never saw it coming. It literally happened like super random, and it really hit me. And I feel like this is when parents don't really stay in relationships that long anymore, like for teenage. But for me, it was like weird, you know. And it was back then when divorce wasn't like as common, you know. Now it's like whatever, it's normal. They're like, okay, thank God, now I have mom and I have dad, you know. I get both of them. But that wasn't my story. And I again, like, if I can go back and tell you like the reason why I didn't, I don't know. Maybe I wanted attention from my parents. Me thinking back, and I'm thinking about back 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago, because I was like 13, 14 years old when I did it. What was my goal? Like, was I really trying to hurt myself? Was I really trying to kill myself? I just think I must have been in a very dark spot at that point in my life where I probably didn't want to live anymore. But I also don't know, I don't remember anymore why I did it, but I always look at it and it's always there, you know what I mean? It can't go away.
And it's a lesson. I feel like marks are lessons, you know, like they're something that you're like, wow, I did this without even knowing why I did it, you know. I feel like when you're a kid, you do a lot of things that you don't even know why you're doing them for. Some people, you know, I think we all have problems. We all go through things. But I feel like as a kid, it affects you way more when your parents have problems. Because you love both of your parents and you want them to be together and you want to have your family together.
I want to say that the person that noticed that I had because my mom never even noticed, but my dad did. My dad brought it up and he's like, ¿Qué traes ahí? and like I try to hide it, but he's like, ¿qué traes? Y todavía como estaban frescas, recuerdo que like me lastimó un poquito, and I was like, and that's how he found out that I had them.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say that it was that I never did it again, but I do know that I did that one time, and I did it on both hands, and I did it to feel the pain, to see what it felt like. It doesn't feel like any different from like a scratch. It's a cut. I do think that like you do it once and you want to do it twice and 3 times and 4 times, you know?
Some people get addicted to that though.
It is. I'm pretty sure people do get addicted to it. For me, it wasn't like that. I did it that one time. I felt embarrassed when my dad called me out on it. No sabía qué decirle y tampoco. Y ahora que pienso para atrás, pienso maybe I was just seeking attention. Like I probably did that because I was craving attention from someone. Probably from my
Or you
parents.
didn't know how to ask for help, and that was your way for them to find out that you were going through stuff. You know, like maybe you didn't know how to tell them, like, hey, no quiero que, you know, like whatever you're.
Or that you're being affected.
Right, like I'm affected by your situation. Like you didn't know how to reach out to them like that, and doing that was like a way for them to.
I will say that after that they did like kind of have like a better relationship, at least in front of us, you know, like empezaron a convivir más. Not immediately, it was like baby steps, like from being like angry and separated and like going through divorce and everything. It transitioned into a smoother thing. I don't know. Anyways,
I feel like sometimes people scream quietly.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
maybe that was my way
that was your way.
of screaming or
For
reacting.
help. We're asking for help.
Yeah. It's true.
There's different ways, and I don't know.
Well, now you guys know something that nobody else knew, and they didn't even know.
We didn't know.
I had never opened up about
and I
that.
thought I knew her 100%, but I guess not.
But I mean,
I feel like sometimes we keep things, and it's not because we don't want to tell each other, but I feel like it was so long ago that you feel kind of like, what would I almost forget?
It's like part of me though. Like I mean, I do see it often, but I don't just look at it and think like, oh, this was the day that I tried to do this. I don't think I referenced it back to that because I don't really think that my intentions were to take my life.
Your life, yeah.
Maybe like just
you
to
could have
feel...
done something worse if you really wanted to take your life, you know. But I think you just wanted attention.
It was like a cry for help.
Yeah.
Like pay attention to me, Dad.
Yeah. Why is it harder? I feel like for girls it's harder when your dads are not around.
Yeah. It really is.
This is another topic, but I feel like it's just if you're really close with your dad and then all of a sudden he's not.
I feel like I'm close. I feel like I'm kind of like a daddy's girl, or I feel like I'm a daddy's girl. I don't know. I don't feel like my parents' separation really affected me much. But I was also really young. I feel like maybe it didn't affect me in the way that it affected my brothers. My brothers were teenagers.
Yeah.
You know, but I
And did it affect them?
Oh, very much so.
How old were they?
So I must have been, my parents were probably going through rocky things when I was 3 years old.
No.
But they didn't officially get divorced until I was 6, I want to say, like legally. But I think they were already like separated and in different homes. My oldest brother is 10 years older than me, so he was what, like 13?
So that's...
and he was in
that's
that,
like
that
age.
Adolescent age where
Yes.
se ponen rebeldes, you know, like.
Oh, my brothers were very much like rebellious, very much. But I will say, I think the reason why I don't think it affected me was because I had both of my parents and they were very much present. So nunca sentí que me faltó mi papá o mi mamá, you know. Yo sabía que podía llamarle a mi papá y él iba a estar allí y pues yo estaba con mi mamá. My mom was like my best friend, you know.
Y aparte siento que también estabas bien chiquita.
Estaba bien chiquita. Yo ni en cuenta de
que la separación y el divorcio.
O like exactly what caused them. Yeah, what led to that.
Yeah.
And I feel like in a way, kind of like it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I much rather, although of course in a perfect world you want to see your parents together, but I much rather have separate parents than an unhappy mom. You know?
Yeah.
Or seeing her go through things that she does not deserve.
Right.
I'm so thankful actually that my mom showed me not to put up with things that you don't need to put up with. Because had she stayed, maybe I'd see things like or I'd allow things that shouldn't be
Yeah.
allowed in a relationship or in a marriage, you know?
I agree, yeah.
So I'm very thankful that she had the strength to do everything that she did. Y salió adelante, güey.
Well,
anyways, on
feel
to a
like-
lighter subject.
I just want to close that out by saying, like, if you are experiencing that, I feel like don't stay quiet. Don't be ashamed. Don't be scared to let it out. I feel like
there's so many resources right now. Like, there's so many more resources than there was, like, 10, 15 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
talk to a friend, talk to someone who you love. Like, seek joy in things, find joy in things that you enjoy doing. You know what I mean? Like, do whatever makes you feel better. Do whatever helps you get to the next day. Like
Even if
Kyrie G says, mañana será bonito. It's true. Maybe today's dark, but tomorrow will be better and it'll be prettier. But it also has to do on the way that you look at things. You gotta stay positive. You gotta think positive and spread love, dude. Like, for those of you people that are out there miserable, being miserable, hating life, like, dude, I don't know. I would say maybe keep your misery to yourself. But, try to share love. Be nice to other people. Like, and it's like a domino effect, honestly.
I feel like rule number 1, like, show up for yourself. Show up for yourself. Whatever, like, just show up.
Whatever progress you're in, just show up. Remember to show up.
Whatever you have to do to make yourself happy and just do it.
And take it one day at a time, You don't have to
Seek
have all the
therapy.
answers.
Yeah, you don't have to hit 100% every single day. It's okay if today you only did 20. The point is that you did. But tomorrow, when you show up and you try to beat that 20%. Try to get to 30. And if you
Always try
only
to
get to
become better.
25, fuck it. You did what you had to do.
Yeah.
Give it your best. Give it your best every day.
And again, don't be scared or ashamed to look for therapy, because I know that there's a thought that if you seek therapy, you're crazy, but you're not. Sometimes you don't have that resource to talk to someone close to you, and the only thing you have left is seeking therapy. And I feel like that's a thing too, and I respect that. I would even I feel like I don't need it, but I feel like if I ever did, I feel like that would be something I would do.
I feel like everybody could use like a little, and this is not just, I was going to say this before you said that you felt like you didn't need it, but I feel like everybody could use a little bit of therapy.
A little bit of a life coach. That's what they call it now.
Or do or make your own therapy. Do something that's gonna block you from all those negative thoughts. That's gonna, I don't know, do something different. Try something different. Try challenging yourself, making yourself more busy in order for you to not have to think about all those negative things. Like, start doing whatever you have to do. I feel like whatever is gonna be good, and it's gonna go better from there.
Yeah. All right. What's the next topic?
Yeah, because that was a little heavy.
That was super heavy.
But
But it's cool. I mean, we always want to talk with the truth and, say how we really feel about things, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So what was the next topic?
After the fact of going through all those issues or whatsoever, here it comes a part where you start to heal. Like, you start to heal, and I want to know, how do you heal? Like, what's your way of healing? How is the way that you want to close that out, close that time of your life? You had some dark times in your life. How do you want to heal and make yourself just forget about it? Not forget about it, but close that chapter and move on.
I feel like acknowledging it first, what's causing you this pain or this feeling of I need to heal from certain things. You have to, I feel like in order to get through something and over something, you gotta
Recognize
you
it.
gotta go through it.
Yeah.
To get over it, you know what I mean? You have to feel the feelings, because if you block them out or like sweep them up under the rug or just put a band-aid over it, like,
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be like, mental issues. It could be healing from a relationship, like a bad relationship, a bad project, like something that didn't come out the way you wanted it to come out. Like, you let it go and you just want to heal that, let it go and move on. Like, I feel like just forgiving yourself for putting yourself through certain situation, you know. I feel like forgiving yourself is very important, like, you know.
Giving yourself grace.
Grace, yeah. I think that's very important. And if somebody did something to you, forgiving the person as well. Even if they don't ask for your forgiveness, like you just letting them know, you know what? From the bottom of my heart, I forgive whatever damage you did to me, but I want to have peace. Like, I choose my peace, but I feel like I have to forgive you in order for me to, like, move on.
I feel like maturing is, or it's a different type of healing when you when you're able to forgive someone who isn't even sorry. That's like you unlock a whole other level of healing.
Yeah. You like grow into a so much bigger person. I mean, I would agree with what you're saying, and I definitely agree with you too.
Yeah.
But you asked a question. What was the question?
What's your healing process? I think it kind of ties into what we already said, like doing things that make you happy, that make you want to keep going, that make you want to show up for yourself, like we said, gym. Just finding a way to show up for yourself.
Blocking people from your life.
Yeah, cool.
Like,
Not
people that try to call
my
you.
ex-husband.
People that try to call you when you don't need them to call
The
you.
devil doesn't say
Do they know or what?
You think I've forgiven people who are sorry?
I forgave him a long time ago.
And how did you feel after?
I feel like I finally got the closure I fucking needed. I'm gonna be honest, because for a long time, if you guys know me, you guys know that I never dream. Do you know that I never dream, right? No. Have you ever told you, hey, I had a dream?
Never.
No.
Never.
You're not freaking
I never
Martin
dream.
Luther King.
So, you're right.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not. I'm definitely not. But yo nunca sueño, güey. Nunca tengo ni siquiera un sueño. Y a veces me gustaría tener un sueño, you know? It's rare that I ever have a dream. And when I do, I feel like it's telling me something and it's scary, you know?
Dreams have a meaning.
Yeah, you're right. But when I would dream, it would be about him. And I always thought that it was because when we broke up, man, not call number 2.
Must be urgent.
What if it's an emergency?
Get them to the
Okay, hold on, guys. Let's pick up the phone.
Pause.
Hello? Wait. What's up?
Are you really busy or do you have a second?
I'm in the middle of a podcast. I'm in the middle of recording for the podcast. What's up? Are you okay?
No, hey, handle your shit. Hey, me hablas cuando tengas tiempo. Hey, handle your shit.
Are you okay?
I just needed some comfort, pero watchale. Hey, handle your shit. Me hablas cuando...
Are you okay though? Are you drinking?
Háblame ahorita que tengas tiempo, mamita. Hey, handle your shit.
Hey.
I'm
Don't you
okay.
call your wife, mamita? Don't call me that.
Look, man, you know you and me are a different story. Pero handle your shit. Hey, cuando tengas tiempo, por favor, háblame para atrás, ¿ok?
Okay.
Nomás ocupo tu comfort ahorita. So,
Okay. Well, don't do nothing stupid, please.
no, I'm not. I'm good.
Okay. Stay good.
Alright, pues.
Bye.
Bye.
I just want to say that
And this is an example of when they need you.
not him being a paid actor, wait.
He's not a paid actor, you guys.
Our first, what do I want our first merch ever to say hashtag handle your shit.
I thought you were gonna say hashtag ex-husband.
No.
My ex-husband.
Hashtag
Handle your shit, man.
Hey, handle your shit.
Handle your shit, mamita.
Fuck, for real, bitch. Hey, that's on the mental health merch.
On the mental health episode. You know what? I'm not even gonna edit this part. You guys look so hot right now.
Same.
so
I'm fucking
embarrassed.
sweating.
Wait, estoy Mr. Briannette a
Why does he
vergüenza.
sound like fucking Este Little Rob?
Hey, man, handle your shit.
Mr. Little Rob. Anyways,
I can't.
hey, that's a perfect example of mental health.
And being that person's person, because
You're a comfort person. Like, he was seeking for comfort. For
Wait,
her.
I do want to say, you guys, that no, but I will say that you guys, he's not a paid actor.
no, you could tell. Mine and Vanessa's reaction as soon as we saw who was calling. I was like, what?
That is crazy, you guys. That was crazy, but
that was a great example.
But I do get phone calls like this, not just from the ex-husband. Like, some people just want to at least hear me out because they know I'm going to be honest and I'm going to give them, like, my honest thought.
Yeah.
However, I am that person that sometimes when you give me your honest thought, you know, it might go in 1 year and not the other, you guys, but I always do at least hear you. Mm-hmm. And trust me, eventually, like, when I'm going through shit like that, I will get to where I need to get.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just, sometimes it takes me a little while because I am that person that always wants to believe the best of everybody, or at least in that, you know what I mean?
Because it goes back to you need to go
it's hot in
through
here.
it to get over it.
Oh.
And some people go through it alone, and much respect for those people.
Yeah, sometimes you need to go
Oh
through
my
things
gosh.
1,000 times until you finally get enough of something, and you gotta feel all the feels and feel what you don't like, and you know, estar decepcionada.
Yeah, so you guys have no idea how many
Para poder
times
superar.
like when she says estar decepcionada, no saben cuántas veces yo he estado enojada conmigo misma, güey, porque no puedo estar enojada con alguien más. ¿Sí me entiendes? Porque yo misma reconozco que yo tengo el control de toda la situación, y si yo permito que algo me haga daño, que algo me ponga en ese mal estado o hasta ese extremo, o sea, me da coraje conmigo misma porque le estoy dando a alguien el poder de ponerme en esa posición. No se lo merece, absolutamente nadie se merece eso, o sea,
Tener tanto poder sobre ti y tus emociones.
sí. And I'm very passionate when I talk about stuff like that. I
Don't
really
you feel?
am.
I feel like I feel weak when someone has control over my emotions. Like
You can
after
never give
this,
someone that much power.
I know, but I feel like te vuelves pendeja a veces, güey. A veces cuando estás con, and this is like a love situation, but cuando tú amas a alguien te vuelves pendeja. Like I feel like you block everything.
It
and
really
you,
makes
like,
you crazy in love. That's why crazy in love is a thing.
Yeah. But then after the fact, cuando pasas por eso and you make yourself powerful and you're like, fuck this shit, I want to get out of this, ya no quiero más, and you walk away from that, you're like, fuck, like, ¿por qué me dejé controlar mis emociones de esa manera, you know?
Yeah.
Pero por
Why
lo
did I
mismo,
allow
porque tienes
myself
que
to be
pasar
controlled?
por y sentir todo eso para por fin estar en una posición donde sientes que lo puedes superar y saber que ya no vas a volver a ponerte en esa situación o pasar.
It makes you a better person at the end of the day.
You're not
Like,
gonna allow those same things because you learned from it. You went
You
through
learned
it.
your
You know you
lesson.
don't want to feel that anymore.
Exactly.
Anyways, let's go on an even lighter note.
Yeah, I don't know how we
This is
got
too
back to that. Sorry.
I just wanted to go through the process of like going through a situation and healing the situation.
Yeah.
I feel like it's very important to heal. You know?
Let me just remind everybody that when we are unlocking our phones and you see us on our phones, we're trying to go
Look
back
at
to
our
our
notes.
notes. You know, just let me just say, I don't want people to think that we're just, you know, being rude or
Yeah.
not acknowledging what either one of us has to say. I'm trying to find the other notes that we have.
Dude, I just want to say really quick, while she looks for her notes, I want to talk about this cup. This cup was made by Esme's Little Closet. My cousin
Shout out
makes
to Brenda.
cups. She made us these cute ass cups, or en buena onda mugs, or yeah, they are.
And our shot glasses.
And our shot glasses, but I put them over there.
Mm.
Shout out Brenda, these are super cute. I love these.
Yeah,
Same.
They're such a
There's-
vibe.
they're such en buena onda vibes, right? They really are.
Fill out your phone.
Shout out to our TikTok fans.
Actually, pull up her Instagram handle. So if you guys want to order certain things from her, dude,
It's Miss Little Closet.
yeah, I think it's Esme's Little Closet. Para que le ordenen cosas because this is super cute.
Yep, it is Esme Little Closet 04. I'll tag it in the comments So it's Esmes, Lil, and then closet 04.
Esmes
Follow
Lil.
her, order from her. She's got her merch on lock. She has our logo. You can get it in a coffee mugs, in these tumblers, and shot glasses. We got it in our sweaters.
But that's not just if you like want like it went on the merch. Hopefully we can get to a point where maybe you guys do want something like that, you know. But if you want to order anything else, you know, she
check out her page.
Yeah.
See what she has.
Yeah.
You can customize your own cups as well.
Yeah, she does so much stuff, even for like birthday parties, like little tutus with cute little shirts, or like the family's going to Disney, like everybody's getting shirts and sweaters, like all that cute stuff.
Cute.
All kinds of stuff. Anyways, check out her page, you guys. So did you get to your notes?
I did.
Bring it. Bring it, girl! I love it.
If you know, you know.
Yes, if you know, you know. You guys follow us on, I would say follow us on TikTok, but yes, follow us on TikTok. And we're on the podcast, you guys.
Anna goes live every day, so you don't want to miss those. Somos bien carrilludos.
Sí, come to our live. Send flowers. Shout out to Curious George. And Me Largo Culeros. I had to. Sorry. They're my top fans. What do you guys want me to do?
Supporters.
Yeah.
Son los que la mantienen. I'm just kidding.
Okay. What do women, or you guys, as the women, want these days, like out of a relationship?
Go, Vane. Well, Vane, let's start with Vane. Vane is in a relationship, and then I'll give my perspective, and then you can give yours, your conclusion.
Yeah.
1,000% respect. 1,000% communication, trust, and just feeling loved. Just feeling like they make you feel like the prettiest girl in the world, you know, like just, I don't know, it's something, sometimes like when you go through other situations or relationships where you don't see all of those things, and when you get them, you're like, fuck, I don't want to have anything else. You know, but for me are those little things like communication, respect, and just feeling loved.
Fan de tu relación, Vane.
No, bloqueada por mamona. I'm just kidding.
No, respect is huge. Respect is huge. I want you to respect me in my face, but I want you to respect me even more behind my back.
100%.
Yep.
Don't have me out here looking like a freaking goofball. Because I would never do that for you. I would never have anybody talking about you and how goofy you are because your girl's doing X, Y, and Z.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So don't have me out here looking like that. Respect is huge.
Ooh, yeah. Me, obviously, yes, everything. I mean, I feel like in order for me to even look at someone, I gotta feel everything that you just said. Like, I have to feel the respect. I have to feel like the love, the loyalty. In order for me to even grab, like, even for my attention to even gravitate towards you as a person, for me to become attracted, I have to have, like, there's like certain qualities that I'm looking for in a man, and I'm not gonna stop until I get them. Like, I'm not gonna settle for less. Like, ¿sabes qué? Yo pienso que si ya tengo 6 meses hablando contigo y no has hecho nada de lo, o sea, ya, bye.
6 months is a long time.
Nada
bro.
como que quieres que hagan.
Exactly. O sea, si no has hecho el esfuerzo por conocerme, por sacarme, por conquistarme de una manera o de otra, llamarme atención, you know, güey, va a llegar otro y sí lo va a hacer.
6 months is
Yo voy
giving
a
someone a
saber.
little too much grace.
Yeah. No, yeah. Absolutely.
I feel like after 6 months, you know that's not the one.
Yeah, no. Let me tell you, it doesn't even take me that long. I'm just giving you like an example in a time frame.
Hypothetically speaking.
Yeah, like yo siento que la persona que Diosito va a mandar para mí, que Dios va a mandar para mí. My friend always gives me in trouble for saying Diosito. He says que nunca le digas a Diosito, Diosito. A Dios, Diosito, porque Dios es grande. And you shouldn't be minimizing him. So, adiós.
Pero es de cariño.
Ajá.
Yo lo sé, yo siempre lo digo de cariño, pero siempre me dicen, no.
You know your heart.
I know my heart. Oh, you're right, I know my heart. Yo lo digo con mucho amor, con mucho respeto. Anyways, yo siento que Dios sabe, que yo sé que Dios sabe cuál es el hombre que yo quiero. And I feel like right off the bat, en cuanto esa persona llegue a mi vida, lo voy a saber, lo voy a notar, se me va a notar, lo voy a...
When it comes from God, you will not have to question it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When it comes, that's how you know it comes from God, is when you do not have to question it.
Exactly.
Y siento que llega cuando no lo estás buscando.
So dejé de buscar, oficialmente, dejé de buscar.
Te rindes.
O sea, me rindo.
No
Yo
te vas a
busco
rendir, vas a dejar que
que
llegue cuando
llegue
tengas que
solo,
llegar.
que llegue cuando tenga que llegar.
Exactly.
Y voy a saber, no va a hacer falta que, no va a haber mucho, o sea, there's not going to be much to it. He's going to come at me and I'm going to follow. You know what I mean? He's going to come and I'm just going to, I'm going to just gravitate towards it.
No vayas a salir como el Ángel Aguilar que yo cuando entro en una relación ni cuenta se van a dar. She said that in an interview that she was nobody was gonna notice her relationship y que nunca iba a decir cuando ella estuviera en una relación.
Y terminó bien quemada.
En 10 hours, 3 horitos después fue a gritar en un pinche concierto.
I can't.
Okay.
Although I feel like you sometimes don't have to share it to everybody.
You don't. You don't. Y no es algo que piense yo que yo lo voy a gritar a los cuatro vientos porque no es algo que me interese mucho.
Pero sí, everybody's different, you know. If you want to keep your relationship
Exactly.
private and it works for you guys,
Exactly.
so be it. Y si lo quieres gritar a los cuatro vientos and you want everybody to know because you know, that's how you feel, then so
Do it.
Do whatever works for you and what
Whatever
makes you
makes your
happy.
heart happy.
Again, we just give you our perspective, like what we would do. I wouldn't. I don't do it.
Yo por el principio, yo la verdad al principio yo no pienso, no. Because I feel like men are so wishy-washy that sometimes they don't know what they want. And
They're
they
out
come
here
at
embarrassing you.
Yeah, they come at you a little like, I don't know, like they're all down for you and everything, and then all of a sudden, boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yo siento que, mira,
So por eso, no creas que así, right off the bat, no, I would not like, post, but I'm not going to hide either. I'm not about to hide. I might just not pose for a little bit, but I feel like once I
tenerlos
know, like,
confundidos un poquito.
no, ni confundir, no es con la intención de confundir a nadie, porque cuando ando con una persona, ando con una persona.
No, yo digo a los que,
Oh,
like if
I
you
was
post
gonna-
it on social media or something, but.
Yeah.
You see
And what about you?
What about me?
Ah,
What was the question?
you asked him, Mom.
What I
¿Qué es lo que te
expect.
gusta? Yeah, ¿qué es lo que te gusta?
What do I want out of a relationship?
Yeah.
Let me start by saying that first, there is nothing that a man can give me that I can't already give myself. And if I expect certain things from a man, it's because I'm able to reciprocate that energy. So I'm never gonna ask you something that I feel like I can't reciprocate, you know? I don't know where I'm going with this.
100%. I agree with you.
But what do I expect from a relationship? Same, like respect. I want to know that I can count on you, you know?
I always want a man that always takes initiative though. Like, I want a man that knows what they want and that they know how they're going to obtain it, how they're going to get to it. That's not afraid to like...
Have a game plan.
Yeah, that's not afraid to work for what they want.
Mm.
Like a go-getter,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Because I feel like I'm such a go-getter. Like, if I say, like, you know what, I want this, like, I get this. I get that, you know?
I feel like we work so hard to be able to like get what we want that we can't be with somebody that's not capable of,
Que esté con los
being
brazos
able.
cruzados.
Exactly. Like que no hagan el
Que se le
esfuerzo
cierre
por
el
hacer.
mundo
Ajá.
y no pueda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. 1000%. Okay, I have another question.
Okay. Bring him up.
Bring it. What do you bring into a relationship? I
As
think
a
I already
female?
answered mine.
As a female, because you said you'll reciprocate, right?
Yes, yeah.
And I feel like we're all gonna reciprocate, honestly. Like, we're all gonna follow, like, the man leads. I feel like we all feel like the man leads, right?
Yo siento que si como tú quieres ser tratada, tienes que tratar a la persona. I feel like you have to give that 100% back. Like, Si tú quieres respeto, tú tienes que respetar. Si tú quieres comunicación, tú tienes que comunicarte. Si tú quieres que te den detalles, tú también tienes que ser detallista, you know? And sometimes, like, pero te tiene que nacer. You know, like, it doesn't have to be because,
forced.
oh, porque él me lo compró y yo lo tengo que comprar. You know, but I feel like you have to have the, like, if you want that, you have to at least do it. Like, si yo quiero que mi pareja sea así conmigo, es porque yo voy a ser así con esa persona.
Y tomar la iniciativa de aprender a tu persona. Like, learn your person, sus gustos, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Poner atención.
Paying attention is so huge.
For the guy or for the girl?
For both.
Both.
For both. It has to be both ways. Like, you can't expect for him to pay attention to every single detail that you say. Y luego que él te pregunte, ¿cuándo es mi cumpleaños? Y tú no sepas. Like, you know?
Or
It's just an
cositas que le
example.
gustan. You know, like things that they're into, because I can give you something that I love, or I'd love to see you in and stuff, but if it's not you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like paying attention to like their style, what they like, what they're into.
Although I could say, and this is something that I feel like I need to fix myself, yo no soy tan cariñosa ni empalagosa. Yo no soy...
Yo al
te
principio
quiero estar
no
abrazando
soy.
todo el tiempo y besándote. I'm not
Yo al principio,
like that.
I'm not like that, but once I'm attached, like, you know, I love that. I love
You're
to
all
like,
about that person.
yeah, I love to like hold hands. I like to put my feet on them. I like to like kiss them all the time, play with their hair. I like to like rub their shoulder and give them like little massages.
Would
like
you say your love
this.
language is like
Affection?
Affection.
I wouldn't say that's my love
or
language
touch?
because I feel like generally my love language is gifts. I'm like a giver, but I love to receive. I love gifts. I love surprises. Like that's my love language. But I'm also very affectionate. What about you?
I'm not.
You're not affectionate.
No.
What is your love language though?
Mine is actions. Like, I want to show you that you can trust me. I want to show you that you can communicate with me. I want to show you that I can respect you. Like, I want to show you that I'm capable of doing a lot of things for you without you having to ask. Like, I'm not affectionate. I'm not like, I want to be hugging all the time, kissing all the time. And I feel like
I wouldn't
I'm in the
say
wrong
like
sometimes,
all
though.
the time, but like I do love
o sea,
it.
sí,
I do
sí,
enjoy. Like I'm
tampoco
such a
soy
kisser.
tampoco soy
Like-
una pinche seca y nunca doy un abrazo, un beso, you know? But I feel like that's not my main thing.
Like if you're my man and we're at home and you're like laying, like sitting right here where I'm at, watching TV, like best believe I'm gonna walk and I'm just gonna hop right on you
No, you're
and
not.
like just hug you and kiss you in your neck. Like I love that. I love that so much. Like it fills my heart with so much joy. Me encanta. Like that. Like I love it.
No, you know.
You don't do that? You never done that?
Yeah.
It's like love me, love me, love me. Like I'm a dog. Like you know, like I love that.
I'm a dog.
You know how dogs just want like that love and that
Attention, that
attention?
love.
That's me. I'm like such a puppy. I'm such a puppy.
No.
Que perra.
I feel like all love languages are like things I'd like to receive, you know?
Yeah.
Like acts of service for one. Like
That's funny.
that's
Acts of service.
big.
That's your love language right there. Acts of service.
Mhm.
But you to someone? Because I feel like
Yeah. One thing is what you love to receive and what you give. It's
for
two
me,
different things.
Receive acts of service, gifts, physical touch is huge. I feel like all
All of them are important,
Yeah.
yes, but which is like your top two?
affirmation.
Like me.
My top two? I don't think I have maybe a top three.
Top two. Because I do agree with you. We need a little bit of all of them because I need words of, even though like word affirmations are like, I'm not big on it, but I'm big on it.
Yeah.
Like I it's not like my favorite thing, but I love to do it.
Yeah.
And I love to receive it.
For
Words, you said?
Like words of affirmation, like I love you, like I miss you, like have the best day ever. Like those are words
I'm
of
proud of
affirmation.
you, you're doing
Yeah, like
your
I'm so
thing,
proud of you.
like,
I do them and I love to receive them, but it's not like my top two.
I think for me to like
That's like my last
to
one.
give is gifts. Like I if I'm gonna do something for you, I want to gift you things. Like I want you to know that I thought about you.
100%.
I know you. Like I want you to receive a gift from me and be like, damn, that girl really fucking knows me.
Yeah.
Like this girl knows me to the T.
I think we all are. I feel like cuando tú das algo de corazón a la persona, you know, whoever it is, even family, whatever. Si tú lo haces de corazón, te emocionas tanto.
Cuando ves que
te
lo
emocionas
están
más que la
abriendo.
persona que lo va a recibir.
Like, ya te lo quiero dar. Like,
Güey,
ya te quiero
como que te lo envolví, déjalo abro por ti.
And because you know this person so much that you know that they're gonna love the gift, you know? Siento que that's a big one. But again, it's like, it's kind of part of like the action thing. Like, I'm gonna give you, like, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna...
Well, like acts of service is like, oh, I'm gonna cook for you today, or hey, te hice los trastes, o sabes que voy a ir a un mandado por ti, like.
Yeah. That's one of my last favorite ones too.
No,
but I do
that
it.
Was,
like
no, for me, not doing, but I love to receive that 1000%. That's like my top.
Yeah.
Gifts and physical touch. Like I need
to be
you
touched.
like right here.
Like,
but I'm not a PDA person. Like I don't like to show affection in public. But I do like to hold hands in public. Eso sí, abrazarte, maybe
yes.
heck, pero not like
un besito.
super big.
Un besito, yo me voy a dar un beso. You know?
Y sabes que siento porque that's the way that you were raised.
Yes. I don't think I could be
a
like
lot to do with the way you were raised.
I don't think I would be all up on someone or like on someone's lap in front of my dad. Like absolutely not.
My dad's always been like, that's disrespectful.
Yes.
Like, don't ever act like that in front of me in public. Like, that's a total disrespect. And
no, that's why I said
never
that's something that you do in the privacy of your home.
In the privacy.
Because you guys live together or because you live alone, right?
Obviously, que si vas a la tienda, you know, like, hold your couple's hand or whatever, that's okay, pero que te vayan algueando, que te vaya queriendo, you know, like that.
That's so disrespectful.
No, that's disrespectful.
And you see it often. You see it so often. Like when guys do that. A mí no.
No, I mean, see, I'm not gonna say that I don't like if I'm like walking in the door or whatever, and like at the store, like una nalgadilla no va, it's not gonna upset me.
A mí sí, a mí me va a dar coraje.
I mean, no. Not if it's like my man. And
it depends who does it. Like if it's your man, obviously.
Absolutely, duh, it has to be your man.
Oh, pues, claro, ni modo que venga el de al lado y te da una pinche nalgada, güey.
Security guard at the entrance at fucking Northgate. No way.
Yeah, no. Anyways.
¿Qué dijo?
Just kidding. We be getting off topic sometimes, huh?
Yeah.
Hella.
Okay. Anything else, you guys?
I feel like that's enough.
Yeah, me too.
Córtale, mi chavo.
Type down in the comments what your
Córtale, mi chavo.
let me see. Comment down below.
How do you like to be treated? What are your
Or what do you bring into what do you bring in a relationship?
What do you bring? What do you
What do you
want?
have to offer? What is your love language to receive or give? No sé.
I'm a gifter, and I love to receive. So if you want to gift me something, there's the Cash App, and when I own the podcast Cash App.
Yeah.
No rules. We do have a Cash App, right?
Yeah.
We have our Cash App for our
With a
podcast.
big zero on it, so.
Yeah. Échenle dinero, porfis. No, you guys. Well, I feel like this is the end of
Today's episode.
Of today's episode. Again, like Vanessa said, we do encourage you all to participate and give us your feedback. Any topics that you guys would like to hear in another episode. Any recommendations, anything you would like to see in the future, please comment. You guys, I can't stress this enough. Please share it. Put us out there. We're here because of you. So I just ask that you guys please subscribe, like, share it to your, to someone who you think that might enjoy it or who might, pick up a thing or two. And
subscribe
thank you.
Is huge.
Yeah,
Please
we need
Subscribe,
subscribers.
like our videos. Even if you don't like it, just no te cuesta nada darle like. Just kidding.
I know we sound like so repetitive, but you guys, like, we really trying to get out there. Really, please support us.
Help your girls out, please.
Yeah. So I guess this is it, right?
Yeah, that wraps up today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys I hope you've enjoyed it up to this point, and I hope you guys come back for next episode. Hopefully it's on a lighter note next time, but we'll be here, so
Bye!